It's time to farm iron in 1.18. Hello again, Skunk Mike here, and today we are going to be working on an iron farm for 1.18. This is it behind me, and it is absolutely crazy. In tests I've gotten upwards to 1,500 ingots per hour, which is quite a bit, way more than any one person will ever need. And it is tileable, there we go. And it can be made bigger, it can be made smaller, and it's just absolutely awesome. So let's get right into the build. So let's get building. The first thing that we're going to do is build the pod that the villagers are going to survive in. You're going to need 3 villagers, 3 trapdoors, 22 slabs, 19 pieces of glass, and 3 beds for each one that you're going to make. And you're just going to build out like this with 2, 3, 2. Put down your beds like so. Then you're going to put 3 glass across here. You're going to not sleep. I want to put 3 glass here and 3 glass there. And the reason that we do glass is because iron golems will not spawn on glass. That's very important. You could also use leaves or any other type of block that iron golems can't spawn on. Then take your 3 trapdoors, place them across right there. And then we need to put our our slabs on top of every area here, because we do not want lightning striking here, because it will turn our villagers into witches, and that is not a good thing. There we go. So that is the basic shell of the villager area. Then we just want to put 3 villagers in here. We're going to want them to be adult villagers, and it can be nitwits or regular ones. It doesn't really matter. Now that we have them in place, we're going to go ahead and build the area for the iron golem to spawn. For each one of the iron golem spawning platforms, we are going to need 21 solid blocks, 20 fence gates, and 2 water buckets. And what you're going to want to do is right here in front, we're going to come down a few blocks. I don't know why it's doing that weird visual glitch. You want to come out by 1 and down by 5. So out 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is where we're going to start building our platform. You need a 3-block gap in between that glass and the platform in order for the golems to spawn. And you're just going to build this out 3 by 7 like so. And then we are going to put in our fence gates. We're going to have to add in another layer of blocks like this, just so that we can place all of our fence gates. And the fence gates are there because it will keep the water in, and the golems will actually spawn if there is any type of block next to the block that they're spawning on, if it is solid or anything. So I like to put fence gates because they can spawn in the fence gates and the water will push them in the direction that we want them to go anyway. So we don't have any losses of iron golems. They don't get stuck, and everything just runs a lot smoother. And then we'll go over here to the back of the villager area and put a water bucket there, and everything's going to get pushed out to the front. Now, we could actually get iron golem spawning as soon as we put in our pillager. But before we do that, let's go ahead and make the iron golem killing area. For any of the modules, you will need 2 water buckets, 19 gates, and 24 blocks. And what you're going to want to do is from right here, we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 blocks. And right here is going to be the start of our next area. So these can all be cleared out once you've got that marked out. And this is just going to be a 3 by 8 platform, just like so. And what we're going to do here is the same thing we did there, is put our gates all around the outside with our water flowing to the middle. The only difference between that one and this one is that we don't have any gates at the end because we did make it 8 blocks long. Then right here is where we can make our killing chamber. If you're going to do 2 modules or 1 module, you can do your killing chamber here. If you're going to expand it, you're going to need to push them over into the middle so that you have all of them dying at the same spot for ease of accumulation of their ingots. So right now we're just going to make this little area, and it's going to have a 5x5 interior. It's going to have a 5 wide by 3 interior. That's what we're going to have, because if our other one is pushing in, it only needs to be 3 wide right here. And then we're going to want to make this approximately 3 blocks deep, just so that any iron golems that get into here will not be able to stop the other ones from coming in. If you are going to be building more of these, like I will be with 4 of them, then you need 9 hoppers. If you're going to be doing this one, you're going to want to use 15 hoppers. So we'll just put our chest right over here on the side, and you can do whatever kind of storage you want for the chest. You're going to want a lot of storage, though, because this does put out a lot. Probably also a sorter to get rid of the poppies. Then we're just going to run all of our hoppers into that chest right there, just so we don't have any losses of iron ingots, because that would be horrible. And yet again, if you're going to be doing one in the middle, you'll need 9 gates. If you're going to be doing this one here, you'll need 15. And we're just going to place them like so along every side. No, don't do that. That's going to hurt my OCD. Thank you. And then we're going to open them all up, making sure they're all the same direction, because that would just not be good. And then we will put our lava right here in the middle, and that's going to should be getting, yes, all of it. And the iron golems will die in here. Their drops will go into there. There will be no losses because of the lava. Like I said, if we're going to be doing 2, we'll build another one of these exactly over here, and we'll do that right now. And just like that, we have 2 modules installed, and it's time to set up the area for the pillager. If you built the 2 modules correctly, you should be able to count in 9 from each of the roofs, and there should be 1 gap in between. This will be the gap that our pillager will sit in. And I have been saying pillager because the pillager's panic radius is a lot larger than the zombies, allowing this farm to work properly. We can get rid of these now. They just were there for our markers. And then we're going to want to come right down here. And this is where our pillager is going to sit, right in this spot right here. So for each double module, you're going to need a daylight detector, redstone dust, some repeaters, comparator, 2 sticky pistons, a bunch of blocks, 1 observer, and 1 pillager. And basically the pillager is going to sit in here, and he's going to look at them, and he's a little bit higher than them so that he can see their eyes when they're sleeping. That is very important, because the villagers need to be able to get to sleep in order for any type of iron farm to work. They need to sleep within 20 minutes of spawning iron golems. So it's not very often, but they do need to sleep every once in a while. So we're going to add a couple extra blocks right here. And then we're going to put some sticky pistons right here. And then this whole area that we're going to build next is just for getting the villagers to be able to sleep. So I'm going to get that and then explain to you what it's doing. The way that this works right here is that we have our daylight sensor, and this thing is going to trigger sometime during the evening and during the morning, which is going to be 2 different times that the villagers will have the opportunity to sleep. And we have a redstone dust repeater, redstone dust observer. That's just to send our quick little pulse through. And we have our pulse extender right here. And I'll just show you what it is like when it goes off. So that basically allows them to be sleeping if they need to. And then it retracts, and we're all good to go. So now we can put our pillager in. And then, of course, you're going to want to name him so that he does not despawn. And there you go. Immediately, we have iron golems being spawned. And he's going to fall down in there, burn, get his drops into there. Now, I don't believe these guys have actually had an opportunity to sleep. So let's go to time set night. And there we go. And we're just going to trigger this ourselves so that they have a chance to sleep. And as soon as that retracts, see, they are sleeping, both sleeping, and now they're awake, and we should start getting iron golems to spawn over here as well. And that's it for a double module. Now, each one of these modules should be doing approximately 350 iron ingots per hour. So this right here should be 700 ingots every single hour of playing Minecraft, which is considerable. But we're not done yet. No, we're going to add 2 more modules, and I'll show you how to hook those up in the middle. Before we get into making the modules, I just want to point out that for these repeaters, I got this one set at 2, this one set at 4, and this one set at 2 as well. I'm not sure if that's exactly needed. I do know that I like this one at 4. That helps this pulse extender work properly. Now let's get into the other build. We have added in the second half these 2 little modules over here, and it's really simple and most cost effective to do this because you can use the same daylight detector and also just one observer. You do need to use more of the comparators, and then you will need a second pillager as well. And I forgot to mention before, make sure that you name tag these guys because they will despawn, and that's a bad thing because they're hard to get in there. Well, easy for me. I've got a little egg. But yeah, this is now what I would call a completed farm. This is what's going to give you 14 to 1500 ingots per hour. And these aren't producing right now because they actually haven't slept. So actually, let's go ahead and set the time to night. This thing should fire. You gonna fire? No. Okay, we'll make you fire. And as you can see, they can't see them. They sleep. They wake up, and now they are scared, panicking, and instantly we have our iron golem spawning. And yeah, the farm is 100% complete and pumping out the iron like crazy. So yeah, this is it. This is awesome. I'm really liking how this farm works. I'm liking how much iron you get. I like the simplicity of it. And if you guys like the video and you guys like the farm, please consider liking the video and consider subscribing. And don't forget to turn on those notifications. You can actually follow me on Discord. I've got my own channel over there. You can follow me on Twitter. And hope to see you guys in the next Iron Farm tutorial. Until next time.